Good morning. Shit, yeah. There's a nice little ride for everybody first thing in the morning. Should have had this already set up when I go to press play. Sorry about the hair. It's a little crazy today. Humble Beginnings Church. Zachary is live. Okay, sorry. Alright. Good morning. It's a great Sunday morning, 8:27 in the morning. I am freshly out of bed, so yes, slight bedhead. But I am really prepared to piss people off this morning. Because this is probably one of my most favorite conversations, because I believe I'm the only one that looks at it this way consistently. And here's my question, y'all. This is the basis of my conversation today. And long hair don't care. Bad bedhead don't care. That's right. That's too. I really don't. This thing is a knotted mess. But for all those watching, I see there's 3. Can I get 4? Can I get 4? Can you chime in? Can you let me know who the other 2 are? Because I see my wife right here. Where's the other 2? Huh? I know you on there. Where you at? Anyway, today's conversation is going to be about when. I want to make sure I put this in the right words. It's early in the morning, no coffee. Like I said, I'm literally fresh out of bed to talk about this. I was going to talk about it last night, but it was too late. When does overprotective parenting cross into child abuse? Now, allow me to explain that theory for you for a second. When does your little overprotective ass, meaning overcleaning, putting your child in a buggy when they're clearly bigger than the fucking buggy, hand feeding your child, preventing them from going to solid foods, that means you're still feeding them a bottle at a certain age and thinking that's okay. When does that become child abuse? Because you're actually preventing your child from achieving natural growth that all children are supposed to have. Whether it's learning how to eat, learning how to walk, having stamina to walk. You know, that's like seeing an 80-pound kid in a 20-pound stroller. The fuck is wrong with you? You're actually hurting the development of your child. So that's my question. Where's the line between being a good protective parent and abuse? Now, we're very clear on the other end of the spectrum of neglect, but I believe that this is another form of neglect. Okay? I want you to tell me I'm wrong, because I want you to prove it. Because I don't think you can. Because let's say you're a germaphobe mama. Okay? Let's say you're a germaphobe. Okay? Everything in your house has to be sanitized, cleaned, wiped down, bleached, and whatever. Okay? Let's take out the premise of the COVID bullshit right now. And let's just base it on just regular normality. Of the worst thing that you ever had to worry about was the fucking flu. Or chickenpox. Or whatever. Then then your child actually gets sick. But it gets sick in a way that may have been prevented if you allowed the little fucker to eat some dirt every now and again. Okay? Y'all get that? You see what I'm going with this? So, when does being a protective parent become child abuse? I believe there's a line. If there's a line in neglect and beating your child, which you motherfuckers are so worried about these days that I can't even pop my daughter on the ass in public to worry about one of you cocksuckers running up and bitching. Oh, you're abusing your child. No, she's being loud and she just threw a spoon and hit me in the face. So of course I'm going to pop her in the ass. That's where the most meat is. So, but how is that abuse when I'm actually teaching the child what not to do? You're not doing a fucking thing to teach the child a damn thing. Except how to be a big old baby. Because you don't want him to grow past that point. That is my struggle. That's the thing I have an irritation with. That's the thing I have dealt with personally in my life with my last wife. And it wasn't so much the germaphobe aspect. It was just in general. It was everything. Every time she sniffled, she ran to the doctor. It could be just a sniffle. My second youngest daughter used to have an issue with nosebleeds because the walls in her nose were a little extra thin when she was a kid. Every time that kid would have a nosebleed, all hell would break loose through the house. It was sad. And it gives the kids a complex. There you go. That's another great point right there. I mean, overall cleanliness of the child. I mean, at a certain time, you got to cut that cord, man. At a certain time, you have to let that child be independent. Let the child learn. Because the child has to learn. Yes, we as parents are here to teach our children how to be and how not to be. But at the same time, how can you teach a child to do anything when you're over them? When you're basically smothering them. So for DJ who just clocked into here, I just want to put it out there. Today's conversation is about when does over caring for your child become abuse or a form of abuse when it comes to hindering the child's overall development for life, for their immune system, for their overall mindset. Because we do have an exceeding amount of powdered puff little shits who feel they're entitled, which I already did a video for that, but that was on bullying. But now we have them out there to where they're feeling entitled because mommy and daddy told them they were special and they always got a trophy no matter if they sucked ass or not. So that's the thing that's getting on my nerves, is when are you going to stop being so overprotective to where you can't actually, where your child actually can't develop, can't eat on their own. I mean, I dealt with that with my son Everett. At 3 years old, this fucker didn't know how to eat a piece of pizza because he was being spoon-fed. At 3 years old. 3 years old. 3 and 4 years old, still being spoon-fed and having to have his ass wiped because nobody wanted to teach him how to use the bathroom. To me, that's abuse. To me, that's neglect. Because you can't do that. There has to be learning curves within a child's development. They have them in school. But again, you're so worried about all the bullshit out there that you don't actually look at it that way. Open your eyes, motherfuckers. It's all a matter of perspective. And honestly, your perspective sucks. Because when my daughter is going to be raised with your daughter, and my daughter slaps the fuck out of you because your daughter because she's being a punk, and then my daughter turns around and slaps the shit out of you because you can't stop it because you're a punk, well, I'm going to sit back and giggle. Because my daughter's going to be able to take care of herself. My kids are going to know the difference between right and wrong. My kids are going to stand up for those ones that can't stand up for themselves. So, because I'm raising assassins, damn it. Because that's what this world needs. People who ain't afraid to speak their mind and be justified within it. Instead of just being whiny little bitches that cry all the time. Wah, wah, wah. I don't get my way. Wah, wah, wah. My husband sucks because he doesn't get a fucking job. Well, leave his ass. I was watching something I was doing something this morning with the missus. And it was a video of it was a caption of a dude on a woman's hip. And well, I forget what the caption was, but basically what it was is, hey man, stop being a bitch. Actually grow a fucking pair and get a job. Do you know? I know a lesbian couple in Louisiana that chose to be a lesbian couple because they couldn't find a real man in the world for them. But think about that for a minute. When you start thinking about hindering the development of your children. Because they're right. I think everything past my generation is nothing but a bunch of powder puff little pussies who have complexes that now I need to shoot you because you hurt my feelings. Ain't my fault. Why don't you go home and plug one in your mommy and daddy because they're the ones that fucked your life up. Because they never taught you discipline. They never gave you parameters in life. They never gave you any kind of real development because they were probably worried about something happening to you. And well, now you're just a bitch. So that's where I'm coming from today. So I want some answers. Because it is a fine line between caring for your child and abusing your child. There is a fine line. It's just like these parents out there that don't want to vaccinate their kids. It's there for their protection. It's there to help them. So we don't have to go back to any of those dark ages with like the smallpox and those other fucking vaccines that we give our children. Sorry, I don't remember all of them. Smallpox just happened to be the one that popped in my brain because I know that's one of them that they give. Is a smallpox vaccine. At least they used to. But I mean, those are there to help our children, to help development in their body, to help develop their immune system. If you can't help your child develop their immune system, how do you expect to help develop their brain? How do you expect to have a successful member of society in your midst when you can't even get them vaccinated? Fuck off. I think you're ridiculous. I think you're worthless. And I don't believe you should have procreated at all. Because if you raise a pussy, you're a punk. Okay? There it is. And I get mad about it because it's happening so much these days. So many times people are just, oh, he's just a kid. Oh, he's just this. Oh, she's just that. And you're in the middle of a store and she's tearing apart an aisle. I seen once a kid in the bacon aisle open up a bag of flour and start doing this with it. And the parent didn't even move. The parent didn't even give it a reaction. Are you serious? Not even a no? Not even to stop. Nothing. Nothing. And then when the child was done doing it, screaming, hollering, and covering everything in flour, an associate walks up, or a manager. And the next thing you know, you're defending your child, who doesn't deserve to be defended because they did something wrong. But yet you think that the person who came to you is a bigot or a racist because they might be a different color than you are, or something like that. Because honestly, yeah, it was a black kid. And it was a white manager that came up to the black woman and started talking to her. And then the woman threw race out there. The mom threw race out there to the person, when honestly race had nothing to do with it. It was the fact that your little fucking shit kid tore up an entire aisle. And this wasn't one thing. I mean, as they were going down the aisle, this kid was throwing stuff off the shelves and just making a big ass fucking mess. But yet, you want to call racism on your lack of parenting. No, I don't think that works. I don't think that's how that works. I have to look that up, but I really don't believe that that's what racism is. You were making it about race, which makes you a racist. But we're not going to get into that right now. That's a whole other topic that I just can't wait to touch. Because how is one phrase less than the other? Oh, y'all going to hate me for that. Y'all don't like me for this one, y'all going to hate me for that one. Because I think I might do that tomorrow. But I want to listen to the I Had a Dream speech before I do it. Because I want to make sure I do it right. So, but today, when does overprotecting your child actually become abuse? And what I mean by that is, when does it come to the affection, or the affliction? Is it affection or infliction upon your child's infliction upon your child's overall development? I think I said that right. Anyway, somebody give me a thumbs up to make sure I said that right. And so that's my issue, because I've dealt with it, I've seen it, I see what's going on in our world, and I think that's a big part of the bullying problem that we have, as well as the fact that you raise this little powder puff little shit that's got daddy issues or mommy issues, that because they were never actually there to cuddle you and comfort you, or they over coddled you over the excess of, to the point to where I just know I'm special when honestly you ain't worth a pot to piss in. And remember, if anybody has a problem with this, I do live in Tennessee, McMinnville. It's not a very big town. You can find me. I'm probably one of the biggest long-haired hippies in town. So I ain't hard to find. Once a week I'm at Walmart across the street. So if you got a problem with this, I don't care. Because again, it's a matter of perspective. And I believe our perspective needs to change. Now, I ain't saying we need to go back to the days where everything was dealt with an iron fist. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. Only thing I'm saying is that a little firm hand never hurt nobody. And let your kids do the development that they need to have to be successful people. Stop smothering. Stop hovering. Stop doing these things. Love your child. By all means, love your child. I have 6 beautiful children, ranging from 13 to 2. Okay? Do I get to see them that often? No. 2 of them live in Florida, 3 of them live in Louisiana, and 1 of them lives with me here in Tennessee. Is it a sad Is it a sad state of affairs for how it came to be? Absolutely. But I made bad choices. I'm not saying that my children were bad choices. Just really the women were. But I love all of my kids equally. From Zachary to Haley, Stephanie, Michelle, Everett, and Celia. I love them all. They are all special to me. I don't always get to talk to them like I want to, but I do try. Because I am a dad that gives a fuck. I am. I care about my kids. Actually, I need to call Stephanie, Michelle, and Everett. If I ever get a chance to talk to Everett. Because that's the one kid I don't get to talk to as much as I want. Even when I do call. He's always somewhere else. It's always a magnificently wonderful, awkward situation when I try to talk to my son. But I digress. Because out of any of my kids, I know them three will probably be my biggest issue kids. Because of the way they're being raised. Because they're being raised in that powder puff, you never do anything wrong. I mean, all of my girls, both of my girls, were in diapers till they were 4. 4. Are you kidding me? That's at least a year and a half too long, in my eyes. Personally, that's a year and a half, almost 2 years too long. My daughter now, Celia, is almost 2 years old. Oh, yeah, she is too. Yeah. And she's damn near potty trained. Damn near potty trained. So yeah. When is you're hovering, you're smothering, you're over pampering of your child, neglect, abuse. Because there is a line, and we have definitely, as a society, crossed that line to where our children feel, what's the word I'm looking for? Entitled when they've earned nothing. Explain it to me. Explain it to me. Tell me if I'm wrong. I know I'm not. I don't feel like I'm wrong. But when you're smothering, you're covering, you're hovering, you're over attentiveness to the child actually hinders their development. Whether it's eating, walking, talking, playing with others, anything like that. When does that become abuse? And if you're in a relationship to where you may not be able to put that child on the ground, maybe you need to check where you're at. Check your mental status on things. You know, when you still put yourself before your child, well, we all know what that is. That's abuse in itself. When you're more concerned about yourself than your child, that's a clear understanding of someone who has the potential to abuse that child. And that is straight neglect. That's obvious. We know that one. But I'm talking about the flip side. When's the flip side going to be bad? I think it already is. I think we're seeing the recourse of it. And that's a bunch of little powder puff. You hurt my feelings. Oh my God. I have a twat where dick should be. Kind of men. To where, honestly, by the time my daughters start bringing boys home, I'm just going to shoot them on the fucking front lawn. Why waste the time? They're not going to be worth a fuck. I'd rather see my daughters bring women home. That's fucking horrible. Those are the ones supposed to bring me grandkids. But at least if they did that, I may not have to worry about them being hurt as much. Because more than likely, the butch bitch that they're going to bring to the house is probably more of a man than any man they're ever going to find. So let's change our perspective, people. Let's raise successful adults instead of blubbering idiots. Kids that are so entitled. Like I got one of them at work. I'm not going to name his name. But he is so entitled, so pansy, so, you can't talk to me that way or I'll just quit. Bye-bye, bitch. When it takes 3 people to lift something that I can do by my fucking self, who needs you? That's lazy to me. You know? And I'm not saying I'm the strongest man in the world. But damn it, I can sling 8-foot sheets of fucking anything at that job. And not ask for a damn bit of help. Unless it's drywall. Drywall's a bitch. Let's just know that. No one should ever have to lift drywall alone. But if my customer needs 2, like the other day, I had a customer come in, needed 2 12-foot 6x6s, pressure treated. Those fuckers are heavy. I watched 3 of them. 3 of my lumber guys handle 1 fucking board. I was so appalled that I ran over there and with 1 hand put it on the fucking rack myself. Now, granted, it was dried. If it was wet, it definitely would have taken more effort. But it was a dry, treated 6x6, 12-foot. Yes, I one-armed that motherfucker. Because I'm not a pansy ass. And I do it all day long. I work circles around people that are half my age. Now, I ain't old. They're just that young and frail. Not all of them. There's quite a few of them that I respect, even at their age, and are good workers. But there's still 1 or 2 over there that I wouldn't piss on to put them out. Because they're that lazy. Because they're that entitled. Because they'd rather just go run to mommy and daddy and cry than be a man and handle the situation yourself. Or be man enough to know that if I did this the first time, maybe we might not be in this situation. And see, that even goes with that problem solving. Because without proper upbringing, your child will not even be able to properly problem solve events within their life that should be handled themselves. And that could be anything. That could be handling another adult. That could be respecting somebody else. Now, at the same token, you could just have a son of a bitch sitting at home who wouldn't know what respect is to save his fucking life. And how else do you expect it? Come here, Celia. You want to get on TV? Come here. You want to, here, say hi. Say hi. You see yourself? See, this is my daughter. This is Celia. She's my 2-year-old. She's the sweetest, most charming, kindest thing in the world. Smart as a tack. You want to know why? Because I let her have her own independence on things. This girl can make eggs on her own. She can't cook them, but we can definitely crack them up and put them up. Eat eggs? Yeah, we'll eat some eggs here later. Go to Mama. Let me finish this up. I'm almost done. Not yet, baby. We'll wait. Okay.
What? We eat eggs?
Yeah, we'll eat eggs.
Fun.
Not right now. Go to mom.
No.
We're not going to eat eggs right now.
What?
She's trying to pull me up. She's pulling on me right now.
Oh.
Because that's what I mean. It's okay to play with your kids. It's okay to have fun with them.
Oh, God.
Come on, I'm doing my video. See?
I know.
See? Video. Video. Okay, guys? So, since my daughter wants us to eat now, because I happened to mention eggs like a ninny, that's my fault. See? This is my sweetheart. This is my world right here. I will protect her with everything I am. But I will also let her make her own mistakes. Because that's good parenting. How else is she supposed to learn? There's things that I can't be there for. You know what I mean? Hey, David, I'm sure you agree with this. You might not, David. I actually want to hear this from you, brother. Let me ask you this question. When does overparenting become child abuse? Think about that. When does overparenting, I'm talking about smothering, hovering, become child abuse? When your own superficial ideas actually hinder the development of your child. And then you end up raising powder puff fuckers. What you think, David? I'm asking you, Mr. Lamp. He's probably my oldest friend right here, David. Me and him went to elementary school together at North Hills Elementary. The school no longer exists anymore. It's just an empty plot. We went to Washington School together. We did a lot of things together. Rode the same school bus. Hell, he was the only friend for the longest time that I could go visit at his house without my parents losing their crap about why. I have no idea. But hey, it is what it is. Anyway, I want to know. I want to know if I'm crazy, if I'm overthinking this, or if I'm just making some noise. What's up, my friend? What is up? I'm really glad that you watch these videos, man. It's really cool seeing you. You have a beautiful family yourself, brother. I want you to know that. You have a beautiful family. I see the pictures. Sweet. You agree with me. Yes. Thank you, David. Thank you. I needed that. I needed to know that somebody else agreed with me on this. So, but that's my video for today, guys. You know, I want to change minds.
Dad.
Yes, we did everything together. Yes, we did. There'll be things I'm not even going to talk about we did together. Like your chihuahua. We ain't going to talk about that little shit chihuahua you had when we were kids. But that guy was, that was a dog right there. That was a dirty dog. But anyway, I really want to change people's perspectives. Because I think if we can change perspective, we can change the world. So, thank you, David. Thank you for agreeing with me. But yes, that's what I set out to do. I want everybody to know that I put all of these videos on YouTube. Okay, I am starting a YouTube page. Yes, it is under my name, Dale Hughes. Most of my videos are entitled The Real Deal, because I figured these are the real deals that we have issues with today, that nobody talks about, that we have to get out there, that has to be talked about. Okay? sorry. That was funny. I wasn't expecting to see that pop up, David. That was great. Oh shit.
Oh, God.
Here, just. I don't even know how old this is. This. I found this in the sink.
What's this?
No, you're not eating that. No, it don't even smell right, Celia. Let's not even do that. Look, we're about to have eggs, okay? Because I opened my mouth and said the magic word. Oh. So, sorry about that. My ear was itchy. So yes, everyone, please post, please share this video. You know, if you ain't afraid of pissing some people off, share the video. Make sure you watch the whole video first, because I did cuss a lot. But if you feel that overbearance is becoming abuse, post this motherfucker. You know, send it to somebody. If you feel that if you think you know who I'm talking about, send this motherfucking video to them. Send it. Send it to the adult, because honestly at this point the adults are the issues. Okay? This younger generation, the 30 to 20 generation out there, who just, honestly, most of you ain't got no damn bit of sense or no damn bit of right to have a fucking kid, because you don't know how to raise one. And then most people don't know how to raise one because, well, it's not like it comes with an instruction manual. They don't, there's no instructions included when this thing comes out. But hey, love your children. For all intents and purposes, love your children. But know that they have to learn. They have to grow themselves. They have to find themselves.
Ow! What?
Some of them are still kids themselves, you're right. Because even their parents raised them to be little powder puff little shits. That's what I'm saying. It's a generational thing. You're right. I believe you're actually correct, David. Our generation did grow up quicker. Because they're not doing the things that we did. You know this as well as I do. 14 years old, I was working, man. I was a kid myself, but I supported myself. It wasn't because my family was poor. It's what I wanted to do. It was how my dad chose to put life skills within me that far beyond what he could teach me. Because those are life skills. We're missing basic life skills. So and you expect our country to be successful? Yeah, exactly, David. That's right. We had to earn it. We earned our own room and board. You know, we worked for it. We had chores. You know, ain't nothing like going outside feeding the dog 5 a.m. at 17-degree weather to realize, hey, I really love this damn animal. Or when you gotta bust the ice out of their trough. You know, when you're doing cattle or horses or something like that. Because I worked on a farm. There was a farm across the street from my house that I did stuff with. And yeah, ain't nothing like 4 a.m., 17 degrees outside. You bundled up so much you can't even move. But you gotta go out and you gotta feed them horses. You gotta feed them cows. You gotta bust that trough. Make sure they have fresh water. If not, they'll die. You know, that was my life experience. You know, David, you had yours as well. I know. You know, you worked to earn what you had. I know you did. You know, our friend Kermie, she had to do the same thing. Dan, I'm just throwing out names, you know, because we had a work release program class. You know. That's true too. That's another great point. That should almost be a phrase, what you just said there, David. You know, almost should be a phrase. We busted our asses so our asses wouldn't get busted. Because we had to do these things. You know, I used to go up and down my road in my dad's tractor with the sled blade on it just to help out my neighbors. Wouldn't ask anything from it because I thought that was being a good person, because my dad taught me how to be that way, you know. And my dad loved me. Yeah, my dad held his house with an iron fist. But I will never ever say anything bad towards my father, because he did the best he could with what he knew. And I think he did a damn good job. And my mom was right there with it. My parents did right by us. They taught us our life lessons. They supported us even if they didn't agree with us. They were there when we fell, and they were there to pick us back up. Now the kids these days don't even get a chance to fall. They don't even get a chance to grow. And then now you have an adult out there that has no skill set whatsoever to do anything successful in life. But then you want to get up with this dude because he's got a good dick, but no life skills, and you think this is a motherfucking keeper? When you got a dude out there who may not be the size you want, but he can provide everything you will ever need, and he will love you more than anybody else. But you so caught up with your own ignorance that you end up with a life with kids and no man, because they're all in jail or they're all somewhere else, and well, you done fucked your own life up, and now no good man wants anything to do with you. Because the good man that you had a chance with, you fucked it up. So you deserve what you get. You reaped what you sowed. You made that bed and you want to lie in it. Where are these analogies anymore to help people grow in the right way? I miss him too all the time, David. I do. I miss him a lot. I think about him a lot. I hear him in a lot of my videos while I'm sitting here doing these things. I can hear my dad. Because these are things that would have probably aggravated my father. And they aggravate me. Because we have raised a bunch of pussies on both sides of the line. I ain't talking about men or women I'm talking about in general. We have raised a bunch of powder puff pussies who we think are going to take care of this world and us when we're too damn old to. No, they don't give a fuck because you raised them that way. So let's start changing people's perspective. Let's start changing the outlook of our world, because we are the only ones that can do it. And that's it. It's on us. We have to change the perspective. We have to change our life. We have to change the way we think about things in order to make it right. Okay? Or at least to bring it back to somewhat of a simulation or a similarity of a right being. And like I said, you ain't got to beat your kid's ass. Okay? You don't have to beat them black and blue for them to understand what's right and wrong. But you do have to have a firm understanding and a firm grasp on what is right and wrong, so that way you can teach what's right and wrong. And if you don't have that, don't have kids. Don't do it. Okay? And for you girls out there, just because the man's got a good dick doesn't mean he's going to be a good man. More than likely, he just wanted your ass anyway, and he don't give a fuck about you. I hear that more than not. And then you become so jaded from your decisions that you can't even let a good man in. when one does come around. That's your fault. That's your fuck up. Get over it. And the same for a man. A man can, it happen to a man too. A man can get fucked over by a woman. I've seen it. It happens to our military men. It happens to our military men all the time. They go to serve our country, and the woman serves the entire town. It happened to my cousin. It happened to people I know. They go to serve our country, and their woman ends up serving the entire town. Like the bitch is taking tickets at a wait time. Like you sitting at the DMV. Niggas is sitting there. One of the motherfuckers on here can get my turn in. It's like a revolving door. The bitches turn into revolving doors because they never cared about you to begin with. And why? Core values. Nobody ever told them to keep their fucking legs closed. And it's better to conceal than to reveal. Okay? Because me personally, ain't nothing hotter than a bitch in a long thigh-high socks and a fucking sweater. That turns me on. I don't need you half naked laid across the bed. Don't need it. Don't have to have it. Put a sweater on. Put some cool long socks on. You got me right and tight. I'm that easy. That's right. So either way, it is 9:13 on a Sunday morning. A couple days before Christmas. And I'm just trying to shoot it real. Alright? So, if I pissed you off, if this affected you in any way negative, I want you to rewatch the video, but I want you to stare in the mirror while you listen to what I say. And if any of it applies, maybe you need to change your shit. And I hope I helped you out. And if you got any questions, I'm on Facebook. I'll tell you where you fucked up. Because I'm not afraid. And I don't care. But I will care enough to let you know where you mess up. And hopefully help change your perspective. Because that's what I'm out to do. Change perspectives. One person at a time. One love, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great holiday week. Hope everybody gets what they want. And if you're a hunter, good luck to you. Send me some deer meat. Later.